Welcome once again to the 2017 USA Curling Nationals. This is Joe Calabrese, alongside me, Sean Murray, producer B.A. Brian Anderson, Chris Rimple on the camera, and we have a special guest in the booth, Stephanie Seneker. Stephanie, welcome.
Hi, thank you very much, Joe. It's great to be up here.
Well, thanks for joining us. We have our women's semifinal for you on tap. It's just getting underway between Cassie Potter and Nina Roth. Nina's going to have the hammer playing the Yellowstones. Let's meet the teams.
Hi, I'm Cassie Potter of Team Potter. My lead is Steph Bohan, my second is Sophie Bader, and my third is Jackie Lemke.
Hi, I'm Nina Roth of Team Roth. My lead is Becca Hamilton, second Eileen Geving, third Tabitha Peterson.
It's nice that Team Potter has Steph Bohan back at lead after missing their last two games. She was suffering from some bad migraines.
Team Potter had rattled off 4 straight wins. And when they were playing with 3, they wound up losing their last 2.
Hard. Very nice. Good sweep, guys.
Wound up in this semifinal. The winner of this game is going to be playing Jamie Sinclair's team. That happens at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific.
Wide open start. Roth with hammer. Potter puts her first one in. Roth just chooses to hit.
Oh, that one's hanging out there a little bit.
Good. I'm not sure she's going to stay. Won't stay.
So as Nina's going to try to establish a corner guard here with hammer, why don't we take a quick look at our Twitter poll in the social. Sorry, I'm talking to Brian.
How do I do that?
Stop talking to Brian.
We have a poll out there of to which of the 2 signature quads is better, the Magicians or the Erasers.
So if you go to our Twitter page, that's 12th End Sports, you can vote on that.
Very nice. Atta girl.
Currently, the Magician is leading 57% to 43%. We got 6 hours left in the poll. In a second, we'll show you which one is which.
So if you're looking for the peel. Ooh.
This one's got a curl.
Danger of breezing. Whoops.
Well, she ticked it over, but
might
still
actually
leaves it in play.
Oh, it spins up. Almost put it in for her. So let's take a quick look at Vicky the Magicians. That's pretty nice right there.
That's a pretty brilliant shot.
Line's good. Line's good. Got room. Line's good. Got room. Still running. Here it comes. Line's getting better. Just 5. 5. 5, 6. Finish at tab 13-9. 13-9. 6. Whoa.
All right, that one settles in a little bit behind the tee. Let's take a look at the Erasers.
And this one was more amazing because that top one I didn't think would go out the side so easily.
I don't think I've ever seen a rock climb so quickly.
The best part was you had the 2 crossing on the left. We'll take another look at it.
Just misses that yellow rock.
And left himself sitting 2, so those were both pretty amazing.
So get on Twitter, put your votes in.
These are
Sophie doesn't want to breeze another one.
Straight. Oh, takes it over under the guard a little bit better.
Almost exactly the same as her first.
This is just behind the
I'd be too happy with that shot.
Let me go up here.
No, gives Nina a chance to wrap another one around.
Yeah. Okay. That's true. You don't like split house or something? I don't mind it. It's just this leaves it open and they can come right. We could. I don't mind that. Kind of early. Okay. Okay. Come here then. Doesn't matter. I like here. Even. 7.
Some valid points brought up there.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the forefoot open a little bit for your shots and not close themselves down too early.
Yeah, if you ever try the draw and it ends up slipping deep, you give Cassie an out, she makes a good freeze. Might be able to hold you to 1.
7. 7 or better.
I actually would have liked this. I like this as the first choice. My second choice would have been to play that split they talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Get that guard out of the way and roll on and maybe sit 3, but they could probably save that for a couple of shots yet.
Yeah, for sure.
14.
This rock looks like it's gliding pretty well.
Trick is you want this at least as about the same depth as the other one, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice shot by Aileen.
So Cassie with not really a whole lot of choice has to hit this open one. Looking to stay or even roll in a little bit.
Hair of a roll in, maybe? Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a few inches in. Looks like the hits are running pretty straight this morning so far. Or this afternoon, I should say. Sorry, it feels like morning to me.
Oh,
It's been one of those days.
well,
They were really nice.
after a week of us doing this, I don't know the difference between, none of us know the difference between morning, noon, night, what day it is, none of that stuff.
Yeah, there are no windows up here. You have no idea what
Nope.
time it would be otherwise.
Nope.
It's funny. People ask me, "Oh, you're going on vacation?" You know, we have regular jobs, and yeah, sort of. I'm gonna be in an arena, and I barely see the sun.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And we're going to be up for, 17 hours each day. I wouldn't exactly call it a vacation.
Yep, I am quarantining myself.
Right.
Broadcasters.
Right, exactly.
Yep. Right to it. Nice. Good shot.
Steph, as a competitor, do you find it's the same way playing in an event like this? I mean, you're not
Yeah.
here for every single draw like we are, but you still kind of get into a bubble and you sometimes lose track of time a little bit.
Yeah, it does get that way, and in some situations I think it's nice, especially if you're playing a schedule like we had this week where we had some early morning games and then you have some late night games. So it's kind of, if you can find a way to trick yourself into not knowing how late it is right now or how early it is right now, that's actually kind of helpful.
Sure.
Because especially also with the time change coming out here for me from Michigan and for the rest of the girls from Minnesota.
So you had to come
adjusting
from
to
3
that.
time zones.
Yeah, that's
right,
3
because
that's
Eastern time,
3
right.
hours different.
Oof.
So I wasn't worried about the morning games because 8 a.m. here is 11 a.m. back home.
But
that's
the night
a breeze.
games.
8 p.m. Pacific time is a little rough.
Yeah.
So we were trying to time meals and maybe some naps and stuff in the afternoon
Sure.
to try and reset our brains and everything for
Yep.
for the night games, which has worked pretty well actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it gets a little bit like time stands still when you're in an arena or a curling club long enough. You kind of
Oh, yeah.
look at the clock and go, oh yeah, I forgot it's 11:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
Close. No. Close.
Tabitha wants to stay on this one.
Oh, let's curl it up a little bit.
I think we'll just hang on.
Yep, good shot.
Still think Cassie ought to hit this and roll back in. Really can't afford to roll out because roll out here, bring that split into play.
Yeah, don't want to open the door for 3. Try and get to the inside as much as she can and still stick around.
So looking to hit. Probably would like to roll at least into the 8-foot somewhere.
It's a good normal weight hit coming here.
Can't roll out.
Uh-oh.
Rolling big.
Oh, too thin.
Ooh, man.
So here was Eileen's. You can go here this way. Yeah. Just like
playing this now because if she just draws open, Cassie could hit it, and if she stays in the rings, you're going to lose the chance. If you make this, you're going to give Cassie one chance to make a double.
I think I still want to stick with.
I'm guessing she'll probably throw back house weight at this, probably back line at most to try and keep both the shooter and that really tight guard.
I'd probably,
rings.
yeah, I would say she'd probably throw back four at the most, tee to back four. That way if it ends up breezing, it'll still stay in the rings. Or if it ends up coming to nose, you don't bump it behind the tee line as well.
Yeah, looks like about back 8 weight.
Yep.
This one's curling.
Looks pretty good if it doesn't over curl.
Might be catching it too thick.
I got it. Go.
All right. Straight tap.
Not quite.
And Cassie's got a decision to make here.
Yeah, she could take
She
a
wants
risk.
to play this if she wants to go for this double and push this to a blank, or
I think the double's probably the preferred call.
I would think so.
It's pretty dangerous to attempt to freeze this early
Yeah.
in the game. I mean, you may not really know the path just yet. Make the double. Probably not going to save the shooter. And Nina will have the option to play that split again to get 2. But first things first, make these two fly.
Yep, number 1, get rid of the rocks.
Absolutely.
So Cassie Potter's last stone here in the first end.
Oh, this one's really swinging.
Maybe get the roll.
Get the roll under.
Oh, yeah.
Good plan B, just didn't quite come over enough for that.
Absolutely. That's definitely the way to miss it if you're not going to make it. Not going to make the double. Roll in, take away the split for 3.
Yep.
Giving up 2 in the first end, not the worst thing.
No.
Alright, take me.
Nina's not going to take a chance on that red rock in the top 12 because of the jam possibility.
So it just needs to find a piece of the 8-foot.
Just needs a piece of the 8-foot.
8 foot, 4. Gotta be 5. Line's,
And then calling top 12 weight out of her hand.
keep fit. Line's great.
6,
Line's
pretty
good.
good. Line's good. 14-2.
T.
Looks
That
a
looks
real
like-
nice draw weight.
Yeah, she's right there.
So with that, Nina Roth picks up her deuce here in the first end. Cassie Potter's going to have the hammer when we come back in the second right after this.
Looking for a great curling-themed sweatshirt or mug? USA Curling Apparel and other merchandise is available through Team Fan Shop. Look for the online store located under the About Us tab on the USA Curling website, usacurl.org. Want to share ideas, improve your skills, socialize, and learn more about your national organization? The 4th Annual Curling Members Assembly will be held in September 2017. More details about this exciting event will be available this spring. The Granite Society is the newest way for USA Curling's biggest fans to get even closer to the action. The Granite Society features several different levels of giving, each offering exciting benefits. Benefits include unique access at national championships and Olympic trials, and once-in-a-lifetime VIP experiences not available anywhere else. Visit donate.usacurl.org for more information.
So we're back here in the second end, 2017 USA Curling National Championships. This is a semifinal game between Nina Roth and Cassie Potter. Potter has the hammer here, throwing the red stones.
Winner moves on to take on Jamie Sinclair in the final tomorrow at 11 Pacific.
Yep, yep, yep.
So head ice maker Dave Stavatak gave Mr. Murray here a little shade in the fifth end break interview in the last game. Sean had mentioned that maybe the ice had straightened out a little bit yesterday.
And you know,
He didn't like that comment because he felt that there were 4.5 feet was enough curl. What do you think?
well,
I'm asking Stephanie. I already know what you think. You've already made Dave mad. I'm going to give Steph a chance to...
whatever.
Well, the ice has been, I mean, for dealing with the challenges that the ice makers have to deal with in a venue like this, with the air temperature and the humidity and the people in the stands and all of the environmental factors, it's been really consistent all week. We've had, a game where the ice was a little bit swingier than it had been before, and we had to adjust to that, or vice versa. We had a game where the ice was a little bit straighter than we had seen before, but still curling really nicely, at least 4.5 feet and sometimes 6 feet, depending on whether we were a morning draw or late draw and things like that. But it's been wonderful to play on. It's the best ice, certainly, that we've played on all year, and it's what you look forward to every time you get to come to an event like this, is that you're going to get really, really good quality ice. So big shout out to all the ice making crew sitting down there at their laptops monitoring all of the ice conditions right now. They put in countless hours of work to make this event possible and give us a great playing surface.
Sounds like somebody threw about 80% for the championship week. Nice job.
Somebody.
Oh, somebody, that would be you. That would be you.
All right. That's respectable. I'll take it.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to the game where I supposedly said the, because I do not remember saying that, and two,
We say a lot of things we don't remember.
well, and two, I think it seems like I would say, maybe the ice is getting straighter. I don't think I would sit here and say, oh man, the ice is getting really straight. I don't remember ever saying that, so I'll have to see what brought down the wrath of Dave on me. So aggressive start to this end. Center guard, corner guard, come around, come around.
Didn't quite get that last one buried. Looks like you can see a bit more than half of it, maybe 3/4.
So looking for the hit and roll back to the center. Taking the guard is not a problem either.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Looks like it's on the guard.
Hard roll in the red or the yellow.
Oh,
Didn't quite push that one in the rings, but
that makes it a nicer
Still a
center
good
guard,
shot.
though. That's a pretty good shot from Eileen. Definitely pro side.
So looking at the two teams, Roth's team got off to a loss early on against Christensen, then rounded off 3 straight wins. A loss to St. Clair put them in a spot where they needed to kind of win out, actually, to make the playoffs. It's only 3 teams made it. They wound up beating Clark and Potter to get here. As I mentioned before, and there you can take a look at that. Got a big win against Wood, 15-0. That's pretty solid right there.
yep,
It's the whitewash.
pretty definitive.
Yeah. Looking over at Potter. Potter started 5-0, then lost the last 2 to Sinclair and Roth.
Trying to roll to a corner.
Oh, that's pretty nice
That's
right there.
real
Beautiful
nice.
roll.
Oh, perfect shot.
Let's see, not quite the finish that they wanted there. If they had won one of those games, they would have been in a tie for first, or maybe even outright first if they had beaten Sinclair.
Yeah, it does bear mentioning that those 2 losses at the end were when they were playing 3-handed.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't have Steph Bohan available for those last few games, and it puts a little extra pressure on the other 3 players to make a few more shots. And for the players sweeping, it's a little bit more,
Yeah,
more
and
effort in that
and-
sense too. So
I mean, you might not think so, but when you're playing 3-handed, you lose 1 player. I would say even without meaning to and without intending to, it does kind of alter the team dynamic just a little bit, you know, and to an imperceptible degree even, and you know that can sometimes just change the whole thing.
Oh, for sure.
I can certainly see you as a skip maybe giving a little more line, knowing that you're not going to have the same power sweeping that you might have otherwise.
And as a thrower, you might throw your draws a little more there.
Right.
Because, again, the sweeping, I mean, you know.
A little bit of a combination of both, and you maybe are a foot too deep.
Right. And
or a few inches too wide.
And again, it could be a totally subconscious thing. You might not even realize you're doing it.
I think you higher.
So nothing out front here. Roth has a chance to make the double here.
You got to hit a fair amount of this first one, at least 2/3.
It's a pretty flat double, but the rocks are close enough together that it's certainly makeable.
Yeah, these are active enough rocks that it can be done.
Oh, yeah.
No. Tap, Becca hard.
I think she's going to get the first one.
Okay.
Just not the other one, though.
Yeah, rolls right
just
under
a
the
little
other.
thin.
So Potter can spread these out a little bit more. I have to junior deuce her way to a 2 here, I think.
By any means necessary.
That's right.
Hey, take what you're given, just like in football.
Give a little bit. Make sure it's there. Yep, then. 6 is clean.
And shots like this are a good opportunity for the rest of the team to really pick up on what draw weight is and communicate that to Cassie, since she threw hits for her shots in the first end.
Absolutely. And this one needs to settle.
Yeah, slides to just the back 12. Much thinner double here.
Ran pretty good here.
Yeah, another chance. This, as you said, this one is much thinner. This is less than a third. I'd probably say about a quarter rock is pretty close.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So second crack at a double for Tab.
No, she's not wide. It's curling.
Looks like just about on the nose.
Yeah.
Trying to roll it over the top.
Pretty good.
Well, and by on the nose, I mean it rolls about 4 feet. So.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Nose-ish.
Nose in the general vicinity. How about
Tab
that?
puts a pretty good amount of rotation on her stone, so
Yeah,
it does bounce pretty good.
Yeah, she'll get a lot of action on those hits.
So Potter's going to have to be a little careful here. This 2 may disappear.
Looking to hit a little on the broom side. Try to roll to the edge of the rings. You're probably going to leave a double for Nina no matter what. At least make her throw it.
Yep. Whoa, clean. Sophie. Yeah. Yes. Steph. Hard, Steph.
That's pretty good. Nina will go ahead and line up the double, and shaping up to be a pretty simple end, I think, for the next 4 rocks.
Yeah, Peterson's stone kind of changed this a little bit. Good chance here for Roth to get rid of both these stones.
And it was set up by Jackie's draw, just sliding a couple feet too far. That had been top 12 instead of back 12, double wouldn't have been there.
Yep. One shot can make all the difference.
Oh, yeah. So just a little bit on broom side. Say 1.5 inches off nose. Should be real close.
Nina also puts a lot of rotation on her stone, so we should get a good bounce.
Losing line here quick.
Oh,
Oh, away it goes.
oh, just breeze the back one. Well, the deuce is still alive for Cassie here.
Yep,
Yeah,
if she
she's-
can roll away a little here.
Now hit and roll as far over to the left as she can stand.
Yeah, with think she'd be able to get her shooter probably at least to the 8-foot over there without touching that back red.
Yeah. Hearing a little bit of extra intensity in the yellow voices from Team Roth this game, probably due to the world scenarios, which we'll get into in the next end.
Yeah, you know for sure that has to be on everybody's mind.
Absolutely.
This one's really
This
hanging.
curl's gonna
Rolling the
roll back
wrong
other-
direction.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is a much, much easier double for Nina.
Pretty much right on the beak.
Oh.
You're not allowed to say that word in the booth, and I'm going to show you why. Right about now, the beak comes up. I didn't know that was a
Duly
Michigan
noted.
thing.
well,
You must have started in Minnesota. No?
No, I started in Michigan, although
Okay.
there were
Or-
some, I guess, ex-Minnesotans
Yeah.
in the club there that I learned from. So maybe that's where it crept in.
we're going to learn you yet. That's okay. I had to learn the hard way myself.
Okay, so nose is acceptable.
Nose is acceptable. There are no nose graphics yet.
That's probably for everybody's benefit.
Tracking a bit, but she should
She
still
make
have it.
us-
Yep.
Oh, nicely done.
And putting the broom down. I throw firmer peel at this and get her blank and move on to the next end.
So last rock, Cassie Potter looking to hit and roll out blank and keep the hammer for the third end.
Yeah, here comes that good firm weight.
Yep. Really hard, yeah.
Really got to go for any roll here.
Yep. Keep going, keep going.
It's gonna be close. Nope.
Nope. Hit and stick. Not plan A for that shot.
No. And Potter's just going to pick up one here in the second end. Going to trail Nina Roth 2-1. Roth will have the hammer when we come back right after this.
The Chris Moore Legacy Fund has been created in honor of Chris Moore, a past USCA president who succumbed to cancer in 2009. Chris was most passionate about promoting youth curling at the grassroots level. Visit donate.usacurl.org to learn more about how you can help grow grassroots youth curling in the United States through giving to the Chris Moore Legacy Fund. The USCA partners with the 12th End Sports Network and the U.S. Olympic Committee to bring high-quality webcasts to club members and fans of the sport. Stay with us throughout the event for more exciting coverage of the 2017 U.S. Men's and Women's National Championships.
So we're back here, 2017 USA Curling National Championships. This is the women's semifinal. We just have 3 more games on tap after this one. The men's semifinal at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, the women's final at 11 a.m. and the men's final at 3 p.m. Those times are Pacific.
So down on the scoreboard and without the hammer, Cassie's going to play aggressively, try to get a force or a steal. That means throwing a center guard with your first.
Yeah, real nice guard there by Steph.
As I was saying last end, the world team selection process is not quite as simple as just winning nationals. It's a season-long points chase. Scenarios here is that this game essentially is a world play-in game for Team Roth. If they win this game, they are off to the World Championships.
Yeah, that is correct.
Team Sinclair's hope to get to the Worlds is if Cassie Potter wins this game. and then Sinclair would have to beat Potter in the final to go. And as it happens, unfortunately for Team Potter, they just don't have quite the points they need to finish ahead of either Sinclair or Roth to get to Worlds.
So Roth is okay if Potter wins and then beats Sinclair, correct?
Exactly. If Potter happens to win Nationals here, Roth will still go to Worlds based on points. Really curling.
Yeah, lost this.
Yeah, lost the line at the end there a little bit.
Overall's just a bit.
Well, still not a bad result. Draws play back to the center, which is where Cassie wants it.
9, 5. Yep. Yes. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. 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 Atta girl.
Good shot.
A very nice roll away.
Yeah, Nina will be happy to keep play open for this end, and if there happens to be an opportunity for a deuce, then she'll take it, and if not, she'll be just as happy, I think, to blank and move on and get hammer in the fourth end.
Yeah, the way this is set up right now, it's all about who rolls out first. If Cassie at any point rolls out, Nina's going to run up there and peel off that center and play through to blank.
Really hard. Yep.
And we might have it right here.
Yep,
Good sweep.
that's rolling out. You might see her come around that card as well. Nina does that occasionally.
Great heel.
Not this time.
Oh, gonna keep it open.
Yeah. And she's all too happy to blanket, take the hammer into an even end. She might work towards getting 2 there.
Mm-hmm.
All the way. Right to it. Right to it. You got it. Great throw.
You know, I've seen Roth do this a little bit before. She really loves to have hammer in the even ends, and she's willing to blank as many ends as she has to get it.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's I don't want to call it defensive. I just think it's smart.
And I would also call it patient as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, she forces the other team to make as many shots as possible.
Yeah, patience is definitely a virtue in a 10-end game.
Yep. Now I hope she doesn't blank a zillion ends in a row here.
that
Doesn't
would
make for great TV.
No.
no, and we would be sitting up here twiddling our thumbs, not
Right.
having anything to talk about.
We would know a lot about Stephanie.
Yes,
Yeah.
we would.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to dust off some some old stories.
Really old anecdotes.
Yeah, keep the fans entertained.
10-5. Clean. 10.
I'm looking around the arena, and you know, I think there have been some posts. Maybe this isn't the most well-attended event of this caliber, but the 2 things I would like to mention. One, the beer area has a lot more people in it than you would expect. Well, maybe not expect.
No,
Who
not
knows?
really. It's the beer area.
It's the beer area. That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's the number one thing.
That's why we have it.
Good point. That's the number one thing. But then the second thing is, it looks like they opened up all of the loge areas. So they must have an expectation that either this game or tonight there are going to be quite a few more fans here who have bought tickets specifically for that, because those have not been open up until now.
I would expect tonight, especially with Team Clark playing a local favorite, you're going to see a goodly crowd in here. And then wouldn't surprise me if locals who were going to come watch this at all said, oh, you know, it's Saturday, let's just come watch the finals.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we could see a decent crowd in here tonight and tomorrow.
This isn't too dissimilar from other nationals we've been to.
Right, the round robin draws in the middle of the week tend not to be all that, you know, like, not sure how many people on a work day are going to come watch a Tuesday 8 a.m. round robin draw.
I can tell you from experience, not many.
Not many.
It's pretty empty, but that's all right.
But you can start hearing the cowbells are here. I do think you'll see the signs and the fatheads tonight for sure.
Clark Nado's coming in.
Yep.
Oh, Clark Nado's coming in for Clark Week.
Yeah, there have been a lot of very entertaining signs. I'm sure you guys have.
Oh yeah.
You know, in Seattle they have the 12th man.
Broadcast.
Yep. And I think we're going to hear the 5th man tonight, loud and clear. So I'm starting to think of questions for Stephanie.
Uh-oh.
Well.
All right, good. We have some questions on social. We'll get to those in just a little bit.
Meanwhile, we're back to a very open end of curling here.
Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about.
Nope. Just running some hits down there, moving the target around in the house a little bit, but nothing out of the ordinary. You know the answer to that question, John.
Ever done any modeling?
Is that a no comment?
Oh no, I'll comment on that. It's kind of, it was I'm trying to remember how many years ago this was. Was this 4 or 5 years ago? A friend of mine and I from the Kalamazoo Curling Club, we curled together, and we got the idea to do our own version of the Women of Curling calendar that's so popular.
Oh.
We did it, her husband is a photographer, and so he actually shot the photos, and we did it in a basement of a media studio there in Kalamazoo, and put together a calendar and decided we'd do it as kind of like a fundraiser for the Kalamazoo Curling Club. And yeah, so and there's one hanging, I believe, in the locker room of the Duluth Curling Club, and I think the Superior Curling Club as well.
Oh, really?
If I'm correct.
Okay.
Yep. So they're out there.
They're out there. Huh?
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, next time I find myself at the Duluth Curling Club, I'll have to see if I can find this thing. Interesting.
Don't try too hard. It's okay.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it.
Because I said that, John is probably going to start handing them out to
He's
people.
probably going to go, like, get it and be like, Murray, here, man, you got to check it out.
Nope. Yeah, it seems pretty much every time I see John, every event I see John at, there's at least one reference to the curling calendar. So.
Oh, it's the thing. I got it.
Yep, it will live forever. Possibly in infamy. That's okay.
Hard.
But yeah, that's the extent of my modeling career.
Okay.
Probably will be the extent of my modeling career.
Fair enough.
For many years to come. Jackie's got the broom down here for Cassie.
Cassie would like to try and roll into the rings, at least make Nina throw the blank.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a shame if all these hits were all in the house, and then one falls out at the end.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nope.
Not going to be the last either.
Nope, definitely not. Trying to make it curl so it rolls in.
Might get a little roll, looks like.
Yep.
And
just bites. So most of nose here. Or she can roll away. How would you want to play this?
I think you just play it like any other blank. You can hit it and roll away. The nice thing is that you can get away with nose. It'd be really tough to hit it on the broom side and somehow stay in the house with the weight she's going to throw.
I've not seen many blank opportunities where you could actually make them hitting nose.
No. Yeah,
doesn't come around very often.
Yeah, I think as long as she doesn't really set it out and breeze it by, she should be fine here.
So last rock here in the third end. Nina Roth looking to blank.
dust off nose gets the blank.
Well, there you go.
That's how it's done.
We've seen it done.
So with that, Nina Roth is going to maintain that 2-1 lead going into the fourth end, and we're going to have that for you right after this.
Thanks for watching the 2017 USA Curling National Championships. If you have a question or comment for Joe, BA, or the rest of the TESN.US broadcast booth, reach out to them on Twitter using the hashtag CurlingNationals.
So we're back, semifinals, 2017 USA Curling Nationals. Nina Roth versus Cassie Potter. We are in the fourth end, and we've got a question.
Is the sweeper that uses directional sweeping better at moving the stone over than not sweeping at all? I would... What do you think?
Well, it's kind of it's still up for debate a little bit with these the fabric on these new brush heads not being as abrasive as some of the fabrics that we saw the last few seasons. You don't get the same amount of control with the brooms that you had before with one sweeper. We found in our experience for more upweight shots, anything like control, normal, and up from there, we don't really see much help from trying to get the outside sweeper. But downweight hits, board, hack to board, and draws, it does certainly seem to help a little bit, just not nearly to the extent that you would see in the last couple seasons.
Are you happy with the changes that they made?
Yes.
Yes?
I am on board with that 100%, although it's not fun to sweep with this new fabric.
No, it is not.
It's got a lot of drag to it, and it's kind of tiring to sweep with it for a week of 10 end games, but it doesn't hold up all that long either. But I am happier that they have kind of returned control over the shot to the thrower. I feel like, and just my personal opinion, I think it should be more in the thrower's hands, literally and figuratively.
Sure. Yes.
As to whether or not the shot's made.
Yeah, I know. I took it upon myself to play a session of Super League at my club with that brush pad, and the first time I swept a stone with it, my thought was, I'm sweeping with a pillow.
It's like a sponge.
It really is, and it's and it doesn't feel like you're even doing anything.
No, it's hard to tell if you are actually helping anything.
Yeah.
But on good ice surfaces like this, you can definitely tell that you can drag rocks and can hold line a bit. But yeah, if you're playing on flat ice or in a club that doesn't have particularly good ice, it feels like it's useless. But
yeah, we can remember last season especially was just crazy. Teams had the hairbrushes, and you could be anywhere within 2 feet of the broom and just steer it wherever you needed to go.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of that. Because you no longer did you have to throw purely. You could throw a shot really badly and still manage to make it, and also because it was messing up the ice for the subsequent shots.
Absolutely.
Every time you tried to carve a rock in or hold it out with the hair broom or with the more abrasive brush heads,
right,
it was really hard to read ice.
But yeah, the way you describe it is matches pretty consistently with how I've heard other teams describe it, that it's really only effective up to like real quiet weight hits. Once you get up to like control or more, it doesn't really do much of anything. There's
been a little bit of debate too about where the position of the brush head should be relative to the rock now with these new heads. If before you saw a lot of sweepers that were sweeping kind of across the opposite side of it,
like corner sweeping almost.
Kind of like corner sweeping, but really focusing on being on the opposite edge of the rock. From where the sweeper is.
Yep.
And now we've had kind of an internal debate ourselves with our team, as to whether or not that's really still the way to do it, or if we're back to where we were, 4 or 5 years ago. Right. So that's still a work in progress.
So I think we've got a non-functioning.
Oh, sensor handle.
Non-functioning rock handle that won't turn on.
A technical timeout here.
So.
Right around, just a 5.
So handle not working. They'll have an official watch the hog line to make sure it's a valid throw.
So in just a second, we're going to do our first price check with Price Atkinson. See where he is in the arena and what he's up to. Oh, nice come around here.
Real nice jaw. Perfect weight. Looks like it should be completely buried under those staggered guards. Cassie's calling for just a back house weight freeze tap on this stone, looks like.
Freezing or bumping? Freeze first. Okay. Little bump is okay. Okay. Just follow her right in.
So yeah, main thing with this is not to bounce into the open. Freezing right to it will shrink down the scoring area.
Sweepers are off it right now. It's really running on that line.
I think I heard back line weight.
Uh-oh.
Trying to move it over.
She's trying to, yeah.
Trying to make it curl, but I don't know if it's going to get there. Close. Nope.
Ooh, couldn't have got much closer.
Just heavy.
Yep, just that little bit more weight. One thing we found with this ice, it is very weight sensitive. The line for T-line weight versus back 8 weight versus hack is vastly different. So if you're not within a couple feet of where you want to be, you can miss a shot by what looks like a lot, but really isn't that much.
Okay. Just a little extra weight and they just track on you.
Mm-hmm.
Line's good.
So after this stone, we're going to check in with Price. Still don't see him. I know he's out there somewhere.
Where are we? Room.
He's probably underneath us or something.
Probably.
You never know.
This is coming out into the middle.
Pretty even with the other stone, just a little deeper. All right, Price, are you there?
Yes, guys, I am down here, and I'm in the official, unofficial Nina Roth cheering section with her dad, her husband, and her brother. Let's go ahead and go to her brother, Tony. You get nervous watching Nina play?
I get nervous watching sports. I watch a lot of sports, so yeah, it gets a little more nervous, because I'm, a little more involved with her.
You get more nervous. Well, you showed me your fingernails. You pretty much bitten them down, right?
I do have no fingernails, yes.
All right, off to a good start here. What, up 2-1? What do you think so far?
Pretty good. It seems like the game's been pretty clean until this end.
What do you think so far?
We're going good. I mean, she's playing her game, and it's her shots of. She's had like 1, maybe 2 misses, but other than that, she's doing pretty good. So.
Awesome. You guys had a good time out here in Seattle since you got out here from Madison earlier in the week.
Oh yeah. What was it? Tuesday we went down to Seattle and we did the Space Needle and some underground tour. And it was a lot of fun.
All right. Last question out the door. Who's more competitive, you or Nina, when you curl?
When it comes to curling, probably her. But yeah, I'm also pretty competitive. But when it comes to curling, it's definitely her.
Yeah. All right, there you go, guys. From the Nina Roth cheering section, back to you, Joe and Sean.
Thanks a lot, Price. So, Potter's in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, this end is starting to get away from her a little bit. And a couple of misses in a row here.
Got some room. 4.
Tabitha has a chance to kind of close down any chance for a steal here.
Yep. Eileen. Go, just go. Yep, go it. Go it. Yep. Hard. Yep, Eileen. Yep, close it. Hard. Go.
Ooh.
Left a hole.
Yeah, just light. Didn't really get to where they wanted it.
Yeah, they're sweeping for weight, and I think they held it out a little bit longer than they wanted to and just couldn't finish it at the end. So Cassie might be able to kind of get out of jail here.
Yeah, if Jackie can ever make a roll and just get to the side of the 4 foot, underneath that yellow. Save the end.
Okay.
Nice little graphic there.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Hard, Sophie. Yep. Gotta go really hard. Yep.
You gotta get by this guard. This could be trouble.
I don't think she is.
It's all over it. Might get the buried one though.
Backside.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoop.
Get it there. Oh, it's frozen.
Oh, jeez.
Sneaky.
That's a little bit of an excuse me shot on that one.
Not a bad result, but yeah, not how they intended to make that one.
Yeah. 10? Okay. I like a 10.
One of the phrases I have at our club is "good things happen to people with good weight." That worked out all right.
Yeah, that's very true.
It was pretty key that didn't bounce off when it came tickling into the top 4 foot like that.
10, 10, 5, 10. Yup. Yup. Whoa, whoa. Yup, yup. Whoa. Yup, yup. Roll it.
A lot of yes and no lets you know you're close.
Is that back one going to stay in?
Not-
No.
Not quite going to save the back one, but still a great result.
Curl just a hair.
Could hit and roll all the way over behind Nina Stone, maybe.
Got to be very careful of the jam, though. So that stone that just is out is a definite jam possibility.
Could also maybe try to draw, but I think you got to be careful of not giving up 3 here, right?
I'm not
Yeah,
really
the
sure.
draw's a pretty risky call at this point.
Not really sure where you draw either. Try to go around everything to the right, but if you ever don't make that.
And we don't want to leave the door open for 3 points here.
Yeah, I mean,
Another patient decision here.
yeah. I mean, you know, giving up 2 isn't the best at this point, but it's a whole lot better than giving up 3. You're still within striking distance, and it's only the 4th end.
Staff. Yep. Staff. Yes.
It's pretty close.
Oh, it came up a lot at the end there.
Go, go, go.
Overswept that for
My fault.
line.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Just there with a 9-5. We got Nina.
Now, if Nina can roll away, she pretty much guarantees a deuce.
Flopping her way. I think a 9-5. Okay, going my way.
Yeah, as long as this rock sticks around in the house, she's not going to leave Cassie with many options.
The only thing she can't do is hit it on the nose.
Right.
Oh, this is tracking a bit too.
Eileen.
She need enough to stay. I don't think so.
Oh.
No, don't think so.
So what do you do if you're Cassie here?
I think you got no choice but to come around. Couple of slight run back chances, but the lineup just really isn't good, so I like the draw.
A little light, maybe you come up corner frozen for shot there too.
Yeah. You don't even need to fully bury this. You can leave it a third open and get it. Make Nina throw something tough.
Yeah, for sure. As long as she has the angle, she can leave that a little bit lighter or freeze right to it.
Yeah, the key on this is the weight. The front end has to communicate the weight the whole way down, because if it's heavier than frozen to that yellow, they have to make sure they get past it so they don't bounce open.
So it's a little heavier than they had originally thought, I think.
Yeah, they're calling back for Looks like it might be more than that. It's really not moving much at all.
Starting to move.
She needs to stop quick.
Curling hard now.
Got in the slide path and did start stopping. Oh, that's a real nice one.
Oh, pretty good.
That's stayed just in time for shot, but Nina can follow that and just bumps it at all. She'll get her 2.
Yeah, just a little nudge will be enough.
Cassie would have liked that maybe just about a foot or so higher. Still a really nice shot. Forces a tough one from Nina to get her 2.
So quick update on that Twitter poll. The Magician leading 56% to 44% now over the Eraser. So you guys are on the winning side right now.
Wade's close here.
Just has to make a hard move.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up! Back up! Back up, go!
This is just fine.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect shot. Moves it just far enough to get a big 2 points, extend her lead to 4-1.
We'll be back with the 5th end right after this.
Do you want access to exclusive discounts at over 300 online stores? Members of USA Curling can save between 20 and 75% off brands like Carhartt, Merrill, Nike Vision, OtterBox, Purina Pro Plan, and more. To sign up, go to experticity.com, that's EXPERTICITY, and use the member code found in the latest edition of the U.S. Curling News. USA Curling congratulates the Grand National Curling Club, the regional organization serving the East Coast, for reaching their sesquicentennial anniversary. Keep an eye out for Grand National 150, the curling celebration, a new book documenting the GNCC's first 150 years in the sport. The book will be available this spring.
So we're back here, 5th end. Nina Roth now with a 4-1 lead over Cassie Potter. Semifinals of the 2017 USA Curling Nationals. Now Stephanie and Sean, one of the things I think I noticed on those last couple shots, that last end, is it kind of looked like that slide path was already getting a little fudgy.
Yeah, agreed. Those 2 draws really came in hard at the end and sat down pretty quickly, so it'll be interesting to see how the ice conditions change in the next end or 2.
Yeah, and it's so early for that to be happening. You don't normally see that, if that's what's happening. You don't normally see that until at least about 7th, 8th end. And we're barely into the 5th. But
So we'll have to keep an eye on that house coming home.
But yeah, but Cassie's draw, I could have sworn it was all a back 12 foot, and it really checked up.
Yeah, Nina's, they were calling on it to try to get it to curl, and then they needed to both get on it for distance.
Right.
So it kind of tricked them, too.
2, 3, 4. Right on.
So if Dave is listening, that was me noticing that.
Running a bit.
I think it's probably fine, but
Tab. We got to get to center. Yep, Yep. Fully on center. Hurry. Fully on center. Let's go. Hurry. Yep. Yep. All right, good. Yep.
let's see how Cassie decides to deal with this.
Looking for the little hit and flop under that guard. Is flop an acceptable term?
Sure.
Yeah, especially when you use the word pop in front of it. So it's pop and flop.
Pop and flop.
Yes.
All right.
Then if you start going pop, flop, and drop, well,
That's right.
now we're getting historical.
That's right. Cassie Potter, the one who made that historical shot, I believe.
That's right. Trying to get the roll in. Not really.
Right on the nose.
Just one of those many shots that she's made in her career that seemed impossible.
She is quite a shooter.
You want to play
Great
board?
player and one of the nicest people I think I've ever met in the
Absolutely.
sport.
Board,
Absolutely.
we'll try to get under. Let's go.
She's going to need a little help here in the 5th end, down 3.
Close.
Good thing she's got the hammer.
Whoa, real positive.
Couple rocks out front, hide behind.
Whoa, stay close. Coming down.
Yep, I imagine they'll try to go for a safe deuce in this end. There's no need to panic.
Roll
It's
it out.
only the 5th end and a 10-end game, so you don't need to go hard for a lot of points right now. Just
Absolutely.
make sure you score and
See if she wants to use that corner guard now.
I think so.
yep.
That rock is not in a particularly great spot for Nina.
You like the draw or hit and roll? Okay.
I think I like the draw here.
Yeah, I do too.
There aren't many spots where Nina can go that aren't going to be that she can't use that stone's already there to deal with.
Well, right, and you know it's off the forefoot. I mean, Cassie won't be shot, assuming this is made, but it's not really a concern. She gets one set up here. Maybe have Nina peel off a couple of guards, and then you can hit this one later.
Gotta go hard here. This one's moving.
Of course, you got to get it to be on the rings.
I don't think not by.
We'll roll to center and nudge that corner guard over a little more.
Staggers the center guards.
I think we come under.
Oh,
Just
Oh,
top 4 foot.
Smitty.
So we got to be a little bit above that.
Smitty now eligible for the media game.
that's right. Well, he said he was playing in it. Well, said he was hoping he'd play in it no matter what, but
I think he's become one of the captains. We can go through the teams of the celebrity game later.
oh yeah.
Jessica Schultz
Pop
checking
it like,
in.
Pop it like it's hot. Okay.
You know it, Jess. You know it.
Room.
Shout out to the rest of my team, who I believe are still back at the house that we've been staying at this week.
Coming down. Start to move. Yeah.
Coach
This one's
Doug has
moving
been
really
wandering around here, but
Yeah, I've seen him around.
he's actually been helping out Cassie Potter's team during their pregame practices since they were shorthanded until today, and they don't have a coach. So he's been holding room for them and giving them some draw times, and
Well, that's
it's been good help for them.
That's very good of him.
Yeah.
And we
there's
got
a couple of coaches right there.
we got Jake Higgs on the left and Annie Swisselm on the right.
Where's the notebook?
I think Annie's
She's
tapping on
gone
it.
high tech. No, she used to have a little notebook she used to write in. Even when she wasn't coaching, she'd be up here in the booth writing notes.
Yeah, now it's all about the computer program.
Yeah. See if she can get some roll here.
Well, got a little bit.
Little pop, little flop. I think she's shot stone, maybe. Close.
Really close.
Looks like Nina's
See what-
shot from
See what
here.
Nina thinks.
There we go.
I think it's us. Oh. Do you want to play at it?
I don't mind that. That same board.
How much do you have?
Girls hard.
Yeah, I would probably wager yellow by a very small margin.
I don't think it's going to matter in a second.
Not especially.
I think either we play up here.
I don't think out. The guard isn't bad either. We have that other one up there. Right.
Looks like they've got
Even if it is.
about half of that redstone. They don't want to jam it into their own counter, so
I think it is us.
they figure out how to deal with it.
I don't. It's
Yeah, and
just
hard enough. You saw mine.
probably
This.
I
don't
just
know
don't
if
want
she
to like,
gonna
get
know.
a piece and make a shot either.
We need to freeze.
That's not bad.
I think I like the freeze the
What about
best.
with half the roll out?
I think risk, which isn't the worst.
It's not the worst. I don't know. We're up at.
Yeah, the freeze isn't bad. Or even just. I definitely want to. I think I want to get another one in there.
get
or
another
hit
one
it
in there.
versus guard. Because if they have this, they roll around.
Either we freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like hitting
I think
it.
I like.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Do you like it?
I mean, I can't touch it.
If you touch it, yeah, they're shot then.
Just full 8 foot.
Yeah, that's a hard shot.
Either that or I think we go after it.
Let's just hack.
Hack?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a well-made freeze will really cause a lot of problems for Cassie, and I know they're concerned about bumping them up to shot, but even if they do, I don't really know. You're going to have your own right in there for second, and another one of yours frozen right to it.
So long as you don't pop it.
As long as you don't bounce off.
Yeah, bounce
really.
off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if
you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you tap it an inch in their shot, you know, you're right in front of them. It's really not that big a deal. But opting for hacking, I like this call too. Hit it and roll away.
Yep.
I don't mind this call at all.
Whoa.
Being up 3 at this point, it's perfectly fine to just
Eileen.
get rid of that red stone and not
Hurry. Hard, Eileen. Hurry.
risk any possibility of giving Cassie's team to get right back in this game.
Great cut. Great weight. Perfect.
Price's fifth end break guess is going to be Warren Hansen. So you want to stick around for that.
Play board. Yeah. Got about.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe hack.
So Potter sitting third stone.
Yeah, that stone did hang around in the back 12.
Yep.
And he kicked the buried Rothstone out in the open, and Cassie can roll either way.
Big shot here for Lemke.
I added.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yes. Hard. Sophie, go.
Whoa!
Shaw sneaks it by.
Might overroll, actually. Oh, perfect.
Oh, really good shot there.
You just can't make that any better.
Good sweep to get that by the guard. That was really going sideways.
Now those staggered guards come into play.
Take another look.
Freeze.
Hey, don't clear this by much at all. Whoa.
Just enough of a flop to stay buried.
Saves the back one, too. All of a sudden, that back 12 stone is a little bit of a factor.
Mine's good. Five. Gotta be 5. Go. Go. 4, 5. Hard. You got it. Go. Go. Push.
Great job.
Really nice sweeping on that.
Really dialed in right now.
Tons of time left for both teams.
Oh, yeah.
Did I come in the other side?
Nina's team currently curling at 90%. Potter's at 71%.
Did I just the guard? Down 2.
There's the percentages there.
This was after 4 ends, so not counting the rocks been thrown so far. The difference in the game right now is at second. Saw a couple of Sophies kind of shoot through the house. That'll bring your percentage down.
Yep.
Yeah, the top 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I like coming in and freezing or even going around everything a lot more than throwing a guard.
Yeah, guarding can be a little tricky on this ice as well with as much as it swings. If you're off the line just a little bit, you really don't help yourself out much at all.
Well, and
If it's not a perfect spot.
it's also, you know, throwing a center guard with the hammer is a little bit tricky.
May unlock this a little bit.
Gotta
Move
roll it
the
away.
angles around here.
Okay. Ooh, hit the open one.
You know, I don't think that didn't work out too badly.
It depends on how much of that yellow is available. I don't know. I don't know if she can hit. I don't know if she can almost crotch these, hit the yellow first, maybe get both reds moving.
Could get them both moving. Is there a jam possibility on that yellow on the right?
Yeah, that's probably.
Just crotch him for the double. Can you hit the yellow first? And
No, if we crotch him, that's
Yeah,
going
it's
straight
gonna
in
jam
here.
on the side. So, talking about just hitting third shot.
If you crotch him, this is going in here.
unless you hit this one. But you'll have two in here. Two.
I mean, what do you see?
Well, if you hit this here, does this go over the top of that or not? No, it goes right into it. So why not play this? You
Because
got
then
like,
this goes into here.
but you're buried here and your shooter's going to stick. The yellow one first, the red one.
Then Cassie can play a double and maybe sit 2 or 3. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous.
Mike, go over the top.
Yeah.
Just kind of turn. But we were thinking before that if we go nose.
I think nose is good. What does she have if
like
I do
double.
nose?
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Even if you like had a tough time getting number two. I like that low
9-5.
this one jam.
Yeah, nose is good.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I wonder if you could even roll just a bit corner frozen and maybe line up both of yours onto the shot stone, but I
The red
don't
stone's a
quite
little
think.
low. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you
You can set that direct
Yeah.
angle up.
But it might not be a bad thing to kick that over a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
Draw, you know, cut down the draws.
Yeah, I think if this red was a little bit higher, the hit and roll frozen to line it up might be there, but I
Yeah,
don't.
just an inch or two higher, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's there.
Yeah, but nose is pretty good. That would give Nina 2 potential tap possibilities.
Little light.
Right to the nose.
Chat.
So see what Cassie wants to do. Could maybe throw the out turn draw, come down to her own.
That's sort of what I was thinking.
Kind of like come down, corner freeze, get in between the first and second shot there.
Yeah, the intern draw is there, but it's a real short tap back for Nina if she gets around those rocks in the first place. So
you
it's
gotta,
not really.
You got to go so wide to do
really
that,
good.
anyways.
Yeah. No.
I think the out turn through the hole was the shot.
Maybe hit the inside of your own stone a little bit.
Just come to it.
Yeah.
Whichever you like.
Hey, there's some handsome and beautiful people.
Oh man, who's that rogue gallery up there? Jeez.
As long as we don't just roll here and leave this.
Yeah.
But that's not in. Well.
A lot of discussion here.
I think they're talking about just hitting this on the nose.
Just not really sure what that would get you. I mean,
I think it just takes away one of the run-ins later.
Well, it takes away one of the taps, but Cassie really needs to get 2 here. Getting forced to 1 is just not a good outcome here.
Well, mathematically, you don't win many games if you get forced, and
It's more of a
the other team gets a deuce, and then get forced, and the other team gets a deuce.
The math just doesn't add up.
It just doesn't add up.
I really think Cassie gets in here and sits 2 now. Nina's got to make a delicate tap to the button to cut it down.
Yeah, I think this is the right shot.
I do too. I just don't see much value out of hitting the stone that Nina just put there. And if you roll it all, I mean, even if you make it, if you happen to roll it all, leave it just open. Nina's got a nose double to maybe sit 2, and she's going to sit 1 buried for sure.
This side has definitely been curling. Seen a couple wreck on this side.
Yeah, they've been swinging pretty good, and they've got the broom out in the middle of the 12-foot, so.
Yep.
Try to go this nice and positive and keep it out there. And finishing at the end.
Nice tight. Yep.
Yep.
They're on it early.
You got
Gotta go for line.
hard for line.
Really got to go for a line here.
Oh man.
I think this is all over the center already.
Yep.
And Unfortunately, that's going to open up their back one.
Oh.
Big trouble here now.
Oh, yeah.
That was not the side to miss on.
No,
No.
not at all.
No, not the pro side for that shot.
10 right there. Nose is great. 10 right in.
Knows it would leave Roth sitting 4.
With no great way in.
No.
Might be lucky just to cut him down to 1 or 2.
Yeah, it'll depend on where
this winds
Nina's
up.
shooter winds up here to see how Cassie's going to play her last stone.
Yeah, if she gets right on the nose or even a little bit of a roll time, Cassie's going to have a really hard time scoring.
Mm-hmm. Her weight was close on that first drop, but just a little soft, and it curled early.
I'm just not quite sure she got out to the broom. Real nice.
Pretty good right there.
Boy, oh boy. Cassie's really up against it, just a score here. She can't nose hit that one and count.
Now she would need a little roll in.
Have anything on the inside of this?
She can get just a hair to the inside. She
hair.
could get shot stone out of this.
She has to. I think she has to move that top 4-foot biter to do it. Has to really get close to that guard
Yeah,
too.
she can bump the back of that stone.
I mean, it's there, but it's very, very difficult.
Have to be a quieter weight shot to get that inside roll.
So Cassie makes her way back down to the hack. Staring at 4 Nina Roth stones. If she can get to the inside of the stone, she might get shot rock out of it. Cut this lead to 4-2.
Yep.
They're on it.
Whoa. Steph.
Trying to make it curl. This looks pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good result, but just giving up 1. Roth now going to take a 5-1 lead into the 6th end, and we're going to be back with Price and Warren Hansen right after this.
USA Curling is committed to providing high-quality webcasts of this and other national events now and into the future, and has partnered with TESN in doing so. Please join the Peskoff Family Charitable Foundation and the Plainfield Curling Club in improving the video quality of future national championship webcasts. The Peskoff Family Charitable Foundation will make a matching gift of $20,000 to support the continuation of and improvements to the USA Curling webcasts, including a transition to full high-definition web stream coverage. To find out more and make a donation, please visit donate.usacurl.org.
All right, welcome into Xfinity Arena upstairs as we are ready for our 5th end break. And Price Atkinson here, and I used the term earlier this week, royalty. Monica Walker, who was calling game with us up here, took a little exception. I don't think this is an exception here. As Warren Hansen, curling royalty, I think it fits. Welcome in, Mr. Hansen. Thanks for joining us.
Great, thank you. Not sure if royalty is the right term, but as I said earlier, I've been around a long time.
Well, let's get started. Obviously, a big honor for you last year with the World Curling Federation, inducted into the Hall of Fame at the Men's World Championships in Switzerland. I know you had mentioned greatest honor ever that could ever be bestowed upon anyone in the curling world. What an honor was it like for you?
Well, I think it's a very, very exclusive club, and without question, it was a great honor to receive that recognition. To become a member of the World Curling Hall of Fame is very, very rare for it to happen, and I know, like in Canada, there's, I think, only 15 Canadians have at this point reached that pinnacle, so it's a very great honor to receive.
Absolutely, and Warren Hansen, credited with so many different things about the sport of curling, whether rules, with the ice, marketing, public relations, so many different, your footprint, handprint, all over the sport of curling around the world. But want to talk about, mixed doubles. Before we get into some other things, I know mixed doubles is something that you helped start in 2002. Going to be part of the Olympics, because you were very instrumental in getting curling to become a part of the Olympics, and now mixed doubles, which you helped begin in 2002, it enters the Olympic Games starting in South Korea.
Yeah, that was a great thrill for that to happen last June. We developed mixed doubles back in 2002 when the Continental Cup came on board as a new discipline to be part of that particular event, and it was our feeling at the time that mixed doubles was a game that was going to potentially involve more people because it was short, quick, required only 2 people. We decided initially men and women, but it could be 2 men, 2 women, high scoring and very offensive, entertaining. And never dreamed that it would go to the point of becoming an Olympic medal sport at that point in time. It was our hope that it would potentially become an item that curling clubs would use across the world, and certainly maybe a world championship. But to become an Olympic medal sport was a pretty great thrill.
Warren Hansen, former Brier champion, won the Brier, one of Canada's best ever curlers in the World Curling Federation Hall of Fame. I mean, so many honors over your illustrious career. And as we mentioned, a lot of the things, procedures, establishing coaching, officiating and ice making guides. I mean, so many things across the sport. Continental Cup that you mentioned. As you're now also a business development consultant with the United States Curling Association. And I wanted to ask you about, as a marketing PR guy, amongst your many talents, the growth of the game, how the U.S. is doing, and the U.S. Curling Association, United States Curling Association is doing, growing the game, expanding its outreach, grassroots efforts here in the United States to grow the sport of curling.
Well, I've looked upon the United States as a sleeping giant in the sport of curling for a lot of years. And I guess I first got things moving when I started to talk to some people around about 2009 about putting an event into Las Vegas. And Rick Spatsky, the CEO of USA Curling, and I got into some pretty good discussions during that whole process in 2011, 2012 of taking the first Continental Cup to Las Vegas. And I expressed to Rick at that time, I said, I'm going to retire from curling in Canada in a few years, and I'd really be interested in working with you and trying to make the sport bigger and better in the United States, because I still have a great feeling that there's an interest here that's completely, totally untapped. And I look at the sport of curling having the potential in the U.S. to become a huge factor over the next 10 to 15 years. And I'm working with Rick to hopefully play a part in getting that moving. And I've got a feeling it's like getting a snowball going downhill. Once it starts to roll, it's going to roll pretty fast. And I think the potential is huge. I think the USA ultimately would be the biggest, strongest curling nation in the world 20 years from now.
Wow, that's incredible to hear that. Is it the sleeping giant? Is it the untapped potential? Is that what makes the United States a sleeping giant in curling?
It's the untapped potential from many points of view. I became very aware of sort of the curiosity and the interest in the sport down here during the 2010 Olympics, and the impact that curling had on the Olympic Games telecast coming into the U.S. that year. And a couple of conversations I had that were very, very interesting that took place after that. And I thought at that point in time, there's a whole different attitude about the sport in the U.S. than there ever was in Canada. Canada, we overcame a lot of it, what I refer to as the stigma. But it's still there, but there's no stigma down here. And people are curious, they're anxious. Young people are really interested in it. And I just got a really good feeling that ultimately it's going to become a very big factor in the whole sport mosaic of the USA.
Well, obviously your involvement with USA Curling, business development consultant, but when you look at clearly having seen the best of the best around the world for years, the high performance program here in the United States, it's obviously had its critics, it's obviously had many fans within the sport, outside the sport. It hasn't been long. Thoughts on how the high performance program is working so far? John Schuster winning a bronze at Worlds last year. Obviously the Olympics coming up, the biggest measuring stick for the sport of curling.
Well, I'm not an expert on the USA high performance program. I certainly am becoming more familiar with it as time goes on. I think without question you've got some very good athletes with a lot of potential. I think both in the men's and women's side, some good young players. And I think over the next few years, the opportunity to shape that, bring it all together, I feel that the one thing that would really help to move things forward here quickly is for some of those teams to get on the podium at the world level, particularly at the Olympics. And even if it was, say, in Korea next year, if it was a mixed doubles medal, it would be huge for the sport in the USA, and I think there's a good chance of that happening.
Well, it's been an honor for you to take a few minutes here to talk with us and all our web stream viewers on 12th End Sports Network about curling, so many things that you've had your involvement over the sport, rules, events, all kinds of incredible things. We just appreciate your time here, Mr. Hansen. And we'll send it back over here to Joe with Cassie Potter and Nina Roth in our women's semifinal. Joe.
Thanks so much, Price. Thanks, Warren. Appreciate it. We are here in the 6th end. Nina Roth with a 5-1 lead over Cassie Potter. Potter looking to make a freeze down to a stone that Roth has been back forefoot. Pretty good shot right there. We'll see what Nina decides to do. I think she's just going to rip that guard. Yep, that's the plan.
Yeah, here comes Appeal. Over the top of that center guard.
Down 2. Yep.
I noticed in that issue of the Daily Pebble sitting over there, there's an article on the importance of throwing lead stones. So shout out to all my fellow leads for setting up ends like it's your job, because it is your job.
It is your job, not like it's your job. No way.
Yep, that's what you do.
I think you know as well as anybody, if the lead doesn't make their shots, the team doesn't see success for sure. It's more of a pressure-filled position than you would think, isn't it?
Yeah, once you get, especially at this level, the level of precision in the shooting that you see at nationals or at the worlds or on the tour, you know, being able to place your lead rocks exactly, you know, in the right spot is huge for setting up ends. And one missed shot, even a half shot, can really change the dynamic of the end immediately.
Yep.
If your plan was to play open and you come up short of the rings, all of a sudden you find yourself in a steal situation possibly, or if you're supposed to put up a guard and you slip into the rings, then it's hard to generate any offense. So
Eileen looking for the run back double.
looks close. It's hanging around a little bit.
Whoa.
Good shot.
Just like that.
Go, Tab, go. Atta girl, great throw. Eileen.
Sophie made that come around almost too good.
Mm-hmm.
Lined this up.
Yeah, but the angle is set up so they
I mean,
just missed that back yellow one on the forefoot.
I mean, it seems kind of silly to say something like, you made that draw too good, but, you know, at this level, the way that the kinds of shots we're seeing made, it sort of was. It's just right on the nose. Everything flies.
Yep, there is such a thing as making a shot too good, and that's the worst feeling. Is as soon as you've made a shot, you think, yes, that was great, and then you stand back and look
and
and
go,
go, oh,
what did I leave? Yeah. That's like I've heard Russ Howard say a lot. It's not what you make, it's what you leave.
Exactly.
And what?
Ooh,
whoa!
oh.
Did she touch the rock?
I don't believe she did. I think she did a good job staying out of it.
Yes, she did.
But she did burn it. Oh, that's too bad. Kind of a slow motion fall. She was able to control it a little bit, but couldn't quite stay out of the way.
Showed a replay in all its glory.
Just kind of tripped herself up there.
You think they'll freeze on
unfortunately, that does happen occasionally.
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about a certain pretty hardcore fall that involved kicking a rock that we saw earlier in the web stream.
No.
By a certain player we all know, and maybe we'll see later on.
Someone who shall remain nameless.
So now just gonna.
Line's okay. 3. Gotta go. Line's good.
Trying to bring another one around. Really,
Line's really good.
lock up the house.
Stay on it, Becca. Take a look.
That one in the
Gotta
top,
go. Line's great.
top 12 foot, top 8 foot. Maybe sitting in a real good spot. Just half 12.
Really nice.
Good shot in there. Making some real good draws. Nina's team is in control so far this end.
Sign says my boss thinks I'm at work. Uh-oh.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Well, in fairness, he might work at the arena.
Well, that's true.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But Potter's in a bad way here.
Yeah, really unfortunate in the last one. Jackie fell and burned a rock. So now in full bail mode. Potter trying just to make sure she has a shot to score here.
Yeah, I've got to open up the forfeit any way they can.
I might have liked to see Cassie try the double on the two highest ones. Get that center guard out of there.
See the time clocks there. Both teams still doing very well on time.
That clock was supposed to stop a good 8 seconds before that.
Yep. I'm sure somebody will be talking to the on-ice officials about this. I've actually done that at the Arena Nationals. I did timing when it was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah.
And volunteered as a timer. And if you have any ounce of ADD in your system, it's not an easy job.
Oh,
well. I always thought Brian would be really good at this job because it involves a lot of button pushing. And he does a lot of button pushing over there.
That's really all he does here anyways.
There are a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
A lot of buttons involved
well, see,
in this operation.
With timing, you're pushing like 4 buttons. Where he is, he's pushing about, 675.
Yeah, he adds about 20 buttons a year. We use maybe 10 of them, I think. The other 150 are just
in case.
For decoration.
To make this look so much more complicated
yeah,
than it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, the clock is normally supposed to stop when the person delivering the stone crosses the near T line in their slide.
So it should start about now, right?
Should
clock
be close.
There
should start now.
To readjust the time clocks, they might just hold that team's clock
Hold off
for a
running
few
it.
seconds and then start up. It's the easy way to adjust.
Around a little bit. Better.
Yeah, sure.
No, I think coming around the coming from there.
I honestly think you probably have fewer problems with time clocks this way than maybe the old system.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the running time system was a little more complicated because you were switching clocks simultaneously and other things going on. It's a little easier here to just hit start, stop.
Top 12.
Start, stop.
Just vary a little bit around.
Good.
Kind of Christmas tree 'em.
Yeah. Where else should we get? You said top 12? All right.
Can I have a hair more tab? Whirl. Yep.
And Nina's just looking to loop another one around here and keep putting the pressure on Cassie. They're doing a real good job of that.
Clean, clean.
Clean. Try 6. Line's
Only
good.
for line 6.
6. Curling. Line's good.
No.
6.
Freeze to it. Freeze to nose.
Line's good. Line's good.
Coming in there real nice.
Gotta bury.
This team's just dialed in right now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely dialed in.
Good job.
At this point, Cassie just has to open up the button. I think the only way to do that, as much as you hate to do it, is I think you need to run those double centers.
It's never a good situation to be in when you have to run the other team's stones into the
Well,
house.
especially at skip rocks. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you just really got to open it up.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have anything with that red. It's just not lined up.
if she can at least move that stone that's nibbling on the top of the button back enough, then she could have a shot on either side. But
Yeah.
Fourth shot? Or
right now, that's blocking her draw a bit.
well, I'm just thinking move this back. I mean, just get it.
To move it back far enough to create some room. It's got to be at least back 8 foot, if not a little more. Shooter's probably going to roll off. Nina will be sitting a minimum of 2. And then you might see Nina just throw a tight guard or come into the top of the house on the right side and block off any kind of draw path. Because I think the stone that Cassie's about to throw is, even if it rolls off, it's going to be really difficult to raise into the 4 foot. This is all over the corner.
Oh. Well,
That was
didn't
actually
help
a
much.
that was actually a problem stone for her in some ways.
Yes, it was. Definitely was. Well, Cassie's real only shot at the moment, if she was able to throw a second stone in a row, would be to draw the side of the button on this side, and that's exactly what Nina's going to block.
Yep.
Yeah, she might have been better sweeping her own stone further out, give herself the intern path, but
Yeah, if there was one here, Cassie's not going to have a draw to the button.
But anything. Yeah, just blocking that draw there. Okay, that was a 90, so 4.
Here comes Nina's final stone.
Good. Right here, late. Real tight. Little late. Switch.
Mine's getting better.
Ellie dragging this one in.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Great job.
That's a pretty good shot.
small window here.
What your boss doesn't know won't hurt him.
Well, you better hope your boss doesn't know.
If your boss is a fan of USA curling, he might know now.
So I think the path to the button may just be there.
It's real tight, but if you get the perfect combination of line and weight, I think you could wiggle through that port, but it is not an easy shot.
Yeah, this is not. This has been real ugly for a few shots, and it's a really ugly hammer shot for Cassie.
Shot to essentially save the game here.
Yeah, if Nina steals in this end, that's going to
Oh my
blow
goodness.
things wide open. Uh-oh.
Oh,
This
man.
is really hanging.
This is hot too.
This is a steal of at least 3.
Yeah.
Going to be a steal of 3. Nina Roth going to take an 8-1 lead going into the 7th. And we'll be back with that right after this.
Sponsors for the 2017 USA Curling National Championships include Ram Restaurant and Brewery. Ram Restaurant and Brewery donates a percentage of every Taster Curl beer sampler sold at its 27 restaurants to USA Curling. Check out the list of local Ram restaurants to find your club's broom stacking headquarters at theram.com. And Cryomax. Cryomax Cold Therapy 8-hour reusable cold packs provide sports medicine, pain management, and therapeutic products to the USA Curling National Team. Heal your aches and pains at cryomax.com.
So during the break, Potter's team has decided to concede to Roth. That means Roth is going to win this semifinal, and that also qualifies her for the World Championships.
Yep, real good game by Team Roth today, and congratulations to them.
They were,
the final.
yeah, they were executing well above what Potter was able to do for this particular game. They really deserve the win. We're going to have Price Atkinson try to find Nina Roth, get a quick interview. Might take a second or two, but hang in there.
Including bingo at 6 p.m. Don't forget to stop by the merchandise booth adjacent to the hangar for all your event merchandise. We'll see you back here at 7 o'clock for the men's semifinal.
So quick programming note while Price collects Nina for an interview. 7 p.m. is the men's semifinal. That's going to be Burr versus Clark. Then 11 a.m. tomorrow is the women's final. That's going to be Nina Roth versus Jamie Sinclair. And at 3 p.m. is going to be the men's final. It's going to be John Schuster versus the winner of Burr versus Clark. Stephanie, thanks so much for joining us in the booth for this game. It's nice to get your insight for sure.
Yeah, it was a treat to have you up here.
Thank you very much for having me. I enjoyed it a lot. It's neat to see how this operation works. You guys do an incredible job of bringing great coverage to everybody all week. People can watch from home, from work, possibly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm
anywhere
sure people
they
do.
are, they can follow
Well,
the U.S. Curling Nationals. That's pretty cool. So thank you for all you do.
Well, thanks so much. Let's see if Price is about ready for Nina. It looks like Nina's still talking to her team.
So while we have a minute, Steph can maybe answer one question for us. More Team Eagle next year?
I believe so, yes.
Cool.
More Team Eagle.
All right.
We're having way too much fun with this to not continue.
Yes, I mean, there has to be more
There's got to
Team
be
Eagle.
Team Eagle. I've got my my Team Eagle bandana up here as we speak, and wearing my Team Eagle
And then, of course, there's the
hoodie.
team picture.
And there is the epic team picture. Major thanks to Jeff Thompson for taking a lot of really fun pictures and somehow managing to find the perfect eagle to Photoshop into said pictures.
You mean that's not a real eagle?
Believe it or not, there were no eagles swarming around the Chaska Curling Center that day.
I was there. I happened to be there that day, and I can confirm no
it was
eagles
a beautiful
in the air.
day. That's true. You were there. You saw us jumping off benches and clicking our heels and doing our thing. Yeah, it was.
Looks like Price is ready with Nina Roth. Price, you ready for us? Oh, we're not catching him. Give him a second. Oh. Oh, no. We don't have you, Price. We're going to have to... Hold on.
All right,
there we go.
All
Brian
right.
needed to hit the button, Price.
Way to
It's
go.
not your fault. Don't worry about it.
Good job, BA. All right, down here with the victorious Nina Roth, 8-1 over Cassie Potter in the semifinals. You punch your ticket to go to Worlds, Nina.
We did, and we're really excited about it, but ready for tomorrow.
So it's obviously, I was going to ask you that you don't stop here because obviously you got the goal, but you have another goal, and that's to win the national championship tomorrow as you'll take on Jamie Sinclair.
Yep, and we'll make it a good game.
How you guys feel about the way you curled today? Kind of looked like got away. Cassie had a couple tough shots to make, but you put her in those positions to have to make those tough shots. She just couldn't do it.
We just really focused on us, stayed intense at every shot, and we're able to keep communicating and put rocks in really good spots.
What's the feeling like for you guys as a team? You've worked so hard all year to meet one of your goals, to go to the World Championships.
It feels awesome. I mean, really, you work all season to get to this point, to get to go to Worlds, to get to represent your country, and it feels great. The icing on the cake is going to be the national championship tomorrow.
Absolutely. All right, Nina, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow against Jamie Sinclair. All the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, back up to Sean, Joe, and Steph.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Price. Sorry about the audio issues. That was all on our end. So that'll do it from us here. We have a 7 p.m. draw. That's the men's semifinal, Burr versus Clark. It should be a raucous crowd. Join us then. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, BA. Thanks, Chris, at the camera position. We'll see you next time, 7 p.m. Bye now.